after this, we'll do pre-made. This will probably be like around 30 minutes. So we're just gonna talk about predictions for first round. Then we'll see if we think there's any overhyped teams, and then who we think will get into finals. So we'll just start with introductions. And I've done myself, so next in line.
I'm BLT. I am the jungler for YCG.
I am Matt, former jungler for IRD, but now just coach.
I am Unbound, current IRD substitute AD carry.
And I'm GayDCarry, current starting ADC for her Iridescence Gaming.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so let's go into predictions first. So there's how many teams? There's 12 teams for Rampage Open Playoffs. 4 teams that get a bye to second round, and then there are 4 matches. Yeah, 4 matches tomorrow at 8 o'clock for who is going to make it into the second round against all these bye teams. So we'll just go down the voice channel line, and I'll kind of just skip around with these names. So we'll just do each team in order. So we'll start with Team 21 versus, I'm going to say this wrong, Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. I have to like look at their name. And let's just see if there's any familiar faces. Where's Team 21? So we do have,
Capitals is on 21.
yeah, we have Capitals who played in the amateur tournament. You might know him from that. And then Rubber Duckies, Mike's Road played a while back here. And then I think AP Buggy has also played in Risen before. Or the name at least sounds familiar. So I think BLT. We'll go BLT first, and I'll do mine last since I'm not in Rampage. You guys can take the predictions first. So we'll start with BLT with Team 21 versus. So give your score prediction, and these are all best of 3s, and then why you think.
I think it'll be a 2-0 in favor of Team 21.
Okay.
I'm also in favor of a 2-0 for Team 21.
Wait, BLT. Why do you think a 2-0?
Oh.
So like give a reasoning. I want to know, like, do you think it's a certain player? Is it the team as a whole?
It's 100% random Capitals.
Yeah. Okay.
If you give him a chance to 1v9, he's going to. He plays incredibly safe, so he's really hard to gank, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And even if you do gank, odds are, from experience, he can probably 1v2 you and your mid laner.
Okay.
And then he'll just spiral out of control.
Yeah, to bounce off that, again, going up to 2-0 for Team 21, we played with Capitals the amateur tournament. We played for IRD, and he was a huge strong point of our games. And I think he matches up well against No Ice in the mid lane. So, I don't know. I think Team 21 could actually make a really deep run at this playoffs, not just through the group of 12.
All right. Unbound.
All right, so I'll go next. I actually did a playoff preview that'll probably be posted tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be posted tomorrow.
So I kind of went a little bit deeper into the matchups and stuff, and like what players you should be watching out for. And Random Capitals is definitely the player to watch in this series, as well as I think No Ice is probably the best player on Rubber Duckies too.
Yeah.
What rank
so
is I don't even
he's
know.
sitting in promos right now for Plat 4.
Who? Random?
Okay,
No Ice. No Ice.
You can't sit in promos, so.
I don't know if he's sitting. I don't know if he's sitting. He's at 100 LP, and he's 1-1. So.
I see. Well,
just dodge
Marge will hear about that, and we'll probably DM him.
Someone say dodge promos.
Yeah, just dodge promos.
Well,
and just play off roll. I got
no.
Just joking. Don't do that, guys. It's illegal.
But yeah, I think this matchup will definitely be centered around the mid lane, and whichever mid lane can kind of pop off more. I definitely think it's more favored towards the side of Team 21. So I'm taking Team 21 2-1 in this series, just because I think Random Capitals is the better mid laner, and they'll be able to play around him better.
Okay.
I would say, I don't even think it's arguable. Random Capitals is the best mid laner in the open.
See, who else is there?
30 Ice is up there.
I don't know. I don't really know some of this. I know Dodo.
Dodo's good at lane. He's got some macro decision issues, but he's good laner.
Yeah, he's a really good laner.
I think the YCG mid laner is pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good too.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna also say 2-1 for Team 21. I mean, playing with Random Capitals, he's like really good. He is a really smart player. Like, not only is he a safe player, he is always like tracking everyone and just being overall smart. Like definitely a big reason we were able to make it through groups then. He's just like really consistent and really consistently just smashing people. And yeah, he can just 1v9. But I haven't really seen fire breathing rubber duckies play ever, so I can't really give a completely unbiased opinion. But I think Random Capitals would just be
They
able to.
definitely struggle a little bit against the top teams. Like in Group A, they play Teammate and Squidward Tiles, and they always manage to get like one game off them, but they always kind of like fell flat in game 3, which is
Mm.
kind of weird. So that's why I said 2-1, because I think they'll be able to get one game at least and make it competitive, but they'll probably fall flat in game 3.
I'll say 2-1. I'm mostly because of Random Capitals, but I'll give one to Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies because I like their name. I
Yeah,
hope they. I hope
it's
they take
definitely
at
up
least
there.
one.
Like yeah, it's definitely like the best name
Good
I
name.
think in Rampage.
Yeah, I don't really know of any of the other. I mean, I know, like I know of Mike's World and like AP Buggy, but haven't really heard of anyone else besides Random Capitals this season,
Yeah, me
like
neither. I can't.
that are good.
I don't have the spreadsheet open. And I can't really name anyone else.
I mean, to be fair, Rampage Open as a whole is kind of a mess this season.
It's a
yeah,
lot
mess.
of-
so many rank out,
Yeah.
so
A lot
many
of
teams
rank outs, a
dropping
lot of
out.
I
fans,
ranked
so it's
out.
kind of
That
hard
was
to
fun.
it's hard to keep track of
Wait,
some
I
of
think
the
you guys had
top.
less rank outs than Dom Open though. Like
Oh,
I'm
I've heard
pretty
Dom
sure.
Open is a nightmare.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens
Yeah,
every season. People forget, but it literally there's like that many. There's
Yeah.
usually a lot of teams that just disband.
yeah. I mean, mostly once you get towards the end of playoffs, if a team just isn't at a play, like they're not gonna
Yeah,
play.
they just like leave.
Yeah, most teams won't play it out. Some teams play it out, but a lot of teams
They're
won't.
they're the real MVPs.
They're the real OGs if you play it out.
Yeah, I mean, like even us, like I don't even know how many of our wins were FFs.
There were a decent amount. Like I don't think you guys after I left like halfway through the season.
We played
I
like
don't think
once.
you played
or
like 2
we
matches.
twice. We
You
played
played
twice.
twice. And
Wow.
one of yeah.
If we didn't go to Alley, I swear to God, this team would
Oh, we'd be
knock
out in quarters. Yeah.
like Ali was such a good thing to really improve us as a whole as a team because if you're just like against worse teams than you and you're just gonna beat them, you're not really learning anything.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, oh, you're not gonna go in depth and be like, oh, we could have done this better. If you're winning and that's like working for you, you're not changing up anything. But like getting a couple of losses, like even our loss to qualify against TT, like we definitely learned a lot as a team and like changed a lot for the better.
I'd say we hold off on the Ali and like
Yeah,
IRD
yeah,
and
yeah,
TT
yeah.
talk until we get to further down the bracket because we can talk about that for sure later.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
next up we have C10 versus Ma. C10, really well-known team in Rampage. I mean, well, in Rampage and Risen in general. Won Rampage in season 1, and they've got Spanish Teacher who's been around for a while. I don't
Spanish
know
Teacher.
anyone else on this team actually except
Yeah,
Spanish
I don't
Teacher.
recognize anybody else.
And then Ma, I know this is Snoop. I think he changed his name so much, but I'm pretty sure it's Snoop.
I mean, I feel like Unforgiven sounds familiar. I don't know where that's
Aw.
We
from.
actually are in the same group. No, they're definitely. We also played with a few of their players during Alley. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was a lot of subs in that as well, but
Yeah.
they're
Well, we
definitely a
can-
good team.
We can start with I guess BLT with your prediction.
I am going to give it to Ma.
All right.
2-1.
Oh,
2-1.
interesting.
Any reasoning?
I feel like they had a tougher group. I mean, pretty early on in the season, most of Group B was gone. So,
Have you seen Group C?
I mean, at least there's still 2 teams. They have more teams there than Group B did. Group B was decided at like week 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Good
Like
point.
they had no way to get knocked out of playoffs.
All right. Well, Unbound. I'm
All
sorry.
right,
Wait, who's
well-
is Unbound next or I'm forgetting there. Oh no,
I think
Matt.
so.
Matt's next.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. It's kind of mixed up, so.
Yeah.
This one's
It's
tough
whatever.
because we've scrimmed against Cloud 10 a couple times, and then we've definitely seen a lot of Make a Wish Foundation. I think I'm gonna lean towards Clown 10 2-1.
Okay.
And I love like the top half of the top half of the map for Make a
Oh
Wish
yeah,
Foundation.
and then
They're
you
really
get to the
good,
bottom half.
but the bottom half is such a liability for them. And also, if you look at their schedule against the other two playoff teams coming out of Group C, they went 1-3, and only that one win was a 2-1 against Obsidian Horizon. I just don't think I don't think they would have made playoffs if the rest of the group didn't fall apart. I think they just kind of got in because it entirely fell apart. So I just don't think they're as strong as a team as Cloud10 is, even though Cloud10 came from the weaker group.
Okay. Unbound.
Okay, and I went I went 2-0 for C10.
Oh yeah, you're giving away
I
your
think
article.
they
You're giving away the
I know.
secrets.
I'm giving away everything.
You could try and trick people and say
He
what
said
you
Cloud
did.
10, yeah, not
Oh, it's Cloud
yeah.
10.
Yeah,
You should,
Cloud10.
you should try and just say the opposite of what you put. And then...
Just the opposite, yeah.
Yeah, you're right either way.
Well, but yeah, I went 2-0 C10. I think they're the best team in this round of playoffs.
Okay.
I think they're so well rounded. Like I was looking at their stats last night, and all of their players have pretty solid stats. So I feel like they're all pretty good individual players. I just feel like they're the strongest team right now that's playing this week.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
I agree with you, yeah, too. Like Maw, my big problem with them is a lot of these teams, you don't want a team with high highs and low, like you don't want a team who has a really high ranked player and a really low ranked player. You want to try keeping it even because that just opens a big weak spot for your teams to like punish on. Like if you have like
C10 could have easily been playing next week, and they could have had the bye this week. They could have easily had the bye.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking about make a wish for that. Just like if you have if you have like a gold one player, this was mostly at the beginning because people have ranked
they're
up
all
since
gold
then.
right now. Yeah.
But like if you have like one really good player and one really bad player, I take a team that is just overall even to beat that team because it just gives you a clear like mostly their mid laner is quite abusable. I mean,
You literally just have to
Dodo
ban
made
Morgana and Ziggs, or just Morgana against Make Wish Foundation's mid lane, and you pretty much just beat it. Like
yeah,
it's
like you just make sure they're not on something safe that can just win the lane, and then you just win. Like Dodo made easy work with their mid laner. And so yeah, I'm gonna give it to Cloud 10 2-1. I'm gonna say just because I know some of the players on Make a Wish Foundation.
I think Mob
Trying
will
to
win
be
a game.
nice.
Yeah, Mob will win a game because either Throat or Aurelia pops off. Like that'll happen one of the games, and I think that's why it's a 2-1 instead of a 2-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1 for Maw. I mean, just because of their top side, like jungle. I think their jungle is really good.
It's very
Top's
strong.
really
He's probably
good.
one of the
Yeah.
one of the strongest, if not the strongest jungler right
Yeah.
now. And Ram.
And like in my experience, Fed top beats Fed bot lane. Like I've been there before. I think a
Oh,
Fed top
yeah.
can murder a Fed bot lane, so I'd rather have a Fed top on my team than a Fed
The
bot lane.
problem with Yasuo, like formerly Aurelia, he's like a worse version of our top laner Doggy, where he like ends a couple kills early and then tries to recover in the mid late game. Doggy usually pulls it out, but I think Aurelia is just it's about more like 50-50 of being able to pull it out, and I could see a scenario where he gets camped top and this doesn't have an impact in the game.
Alright, how about if I say if they get Karthus every game they win?
That's definitely fair.
If C10 lets Karthus through, they don't deserve to go through playoffs.
True.
Yeah, I mean we played with that on our team, the Karthus.
Oh.
Okay, well that was also there's a really nice.
Single-handedly won that game.
I need to get a clip of their enemy ADC tries to fight him as Kaisa, lands a W, and ults in, gets queued twice by Karthus and just instantly dies.
Why would you
Oh,
ult
that's
in? Why would you ult into Karthus?
Well,
It's a
because
pretty questionable play.
he was like trying to
Nico.
outplay.
Yeah.
That big one right there. He thought he could outplay, and then he just got two shot by the Karthus. It's like, oh, well, I guess we win now.
Yeah.
Alright,
Ban
well,
Karthus C10. That's all you gotta do.
let's go to teammate versus YCG. Where's teammate?
This is the spicy matchup
Okay,
right
teammate,
here.
Digno, Infamous J. Lots of people have played before. I think this guy played some season. I recognize that name. And YCG, of course. BLT, Macros, Tilted. Has this guy played before? That name sounds familiar.
Who
Get
is it?
fucked? Is it get fucked play before? Like another
No,
season?
this is
Oh,
his
okay.
first season.
Okay, it just sounded familiar. All right, well, let's put BLT last since he's in
Okay.
this.
All right.
So we'll
Bias.
go to
Alright.
we'll just go in this order. So we'll just go Unbound. We'll just make it easier.
Okay. Well, I don't want to give away my prediction.
You could just
You
lie.
can go
You
to
could
me
just go
next.
the
I
op.
can go first. I
All
don't
right, you want
mind.
to go first? All right, Matt can go first.
Alright.
I can go second.
This is a very spicy matchup, and not just because the winner of this plays IRD. Absolutely not. But I think actually Team 8 and not BLT, YCG might be the strongest, the next strongest team in all of Rampage, like this round of playoffs right here. So I think it's very interesting. But after watching YCG with their new roster last week, I'm gonna have to give it to them 2-1. I think they looked really strong. They just completely dismantled Team 21, and I think they're just overall right now a better team. They had a better macro sense of the game. And I haven't seen Team 8 play that much, so that may just be a little bit biased there that I've only seen YCG.
Mhm.
But I think their macro game was really strong, and they played around like RC really well in the last series. It kind of made him have little as impact as possible.
Okay.
Since Unbound doesn't want to give away his prediction,
I guess we'll talk about it, but
so I'm gonna give this one to Y Coordinate Gamers. I think it's maybe a 2-0, 2-1 possibility, depending.
You got to pick one.
you got to pick one.
I'll
Which
go
one?
2-0 because I've said 2-1 for
Alright.
the last two.
2-1's the
so-
cop out answer.
It
It's like
is.
Yeah. So YCG only got third seed because of the whole tiebreaker debacle, and it's hard to say
Yeah.
if they're really deserving of that. They could have definitely been second or even first. I'm not sure how the
I'd argue
No,
this
wait, they couldn't be
iteration of
first,
I
right?
would argue
No,
this
TTT
iteration of
was 10 now.
YCG.
Yeah,
Oh,
TT. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
they could
I would
have
argue this iteration of YCG though could beat TT
anyway.
straight up. But
Yeah.
continue.
So I feel like YCG definitely has the advantage, here, and I feel like it's one of the more spicier matchups. I feel like Cloud 10 and Team 21 have their clear favorites. Like, so this is like I voted for this one for the stream vote. Also, because it's the people we play against, so it's helpful to see.
I want to watch the games.
Yeah.
make
So,
sure to
like-
go vote, people.
I would if
Oh,
someone would
yeah.
verify me.
Get out there and vote.
At Julie, verify me, please.
Do you have your IGN in your name?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
as
changed
long,
it
as
to-
long as
Risen.
it matches, I will.
Ah, cool, sweet.
That's like the only way to verify a coach. Just you have your IGN, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Joe told me. Side note. All right.
Yeah, but Joe didn't confirm you. I
He said
guess.
he's been at school.
Yeah, he's at school.
Classic.
So I'll go 2-0 YCG too, just because I think getting macros is a good pickup. Tilted Trent's good as a sub. BLT's a good jungler. I don't know. I just think like in several in a couple of different roles, they're stronger than teammate. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a 2-0. All right, we'll let Unbound go last. Let BLT do his bias. We know what he's gonna say.
2-0
I think-
Team 8.
I think we're gonna I think YCG will 2-0 teammate. Part of that is because Macros and I have played against Dino and Infamous J quite a few times.
Hmm.
This wouldn't be the first time I've ended their run in playoffs.
Oh. So now we
or
really want to
stopped
stream
them
it.
from getting into
Oh yeah,
playoffs.
spicy.
I also know how they play, and I know a lot of their weaknesses. Also, Dino has been in top a lot lately instead of the jungle, and Kung Fu Dugong has been jungling.
Okay.
So it leaves me with a few different options. It leaves YCG with a few different options of what to do, whether to just completely shut down their solo lanes and force them to play through their bot lane, which if their bot lane would lose, they would have no win condition, or make sure YCG's bot lane gets ahead and just let my solo lanes go, because I think YCG's mid laner definitely beats teammates.
Okay.
And I'm gonna solo kill Dino twice.
3 times.
Hell, make it 4.
I'm playing Gnosis, by the way.
Nasus jungle. Hell yeah.
Wait, It's coming.
Don't say you're gonna solo Kim only twice.
Hey, I want to see Thresh jungle.
Gotta hype
Just
yourself
once.
up.
Can someone
Nah,
please play
someone
Thresh
play
jungle?
someone play Morgana jungle. Do it, you cowards.
I'll do it. I'm not scared.
Play
I've done it.
Predator. That shit's actually really good.
Wait, Unbound.
Nah,
So do you want to give your prediction or do you want?
I'm gonna say 2-0 for teammate, just to make Tyler
Oh.
upset.
But
He
wait,
definitely picked voice.
you'll see tomorrow if
You
that's
can-
what
you can go
happened.
see- Go read my playoff preview tomorrow and see what my real answer is.
Okay, so last up is Obsidian Horizon versus, I think this is
Oh.
Pulsefire, right?
Yeah.
All right, these teams. Okay, well, everyone knows Good Hit. Been around for a long time. Always
I
always.
am such a biased
Such a
opinion in this
biased
series,
answer
it's
about
Hold
to come
on,
up.
hold
Oh.
on. PG. Also, everyone knows Evil Gambit. Been around for a long time. Shredder. Been around for a long time. So a couple of people on each team that are well known in Risen. So we'll just start with BLT. Who wins OHC versus PG?
I am gonna give it to PG 2-1.
Okay.
I think they'll win through the bot lane. I think Evil Gambit's gonna struggle against Good Hit, but I think the rest of the team will be able to counteract that, or at least have a way to deal with it better than OHZ will have a way to deal with PG if they get ahead.
Unbound.
Mm,
You can lie
This
or tell
match
the
is
truth.
really interesting because both of these teams were also in a, let's see. Yeah, I'm saying it's Group B versus Group C, which both groups had
a lot of.
quite a fair bit of disbands. It was like the top 3 teams. So
See,
yeah, it's really interesting. There's a lot of FF wins, and I'm really excited to see how these two teams play because we don't really get to see them a lot.
mhm.
Oh, I've seen one of them a lot.
But definitely, I think I'll go 2-1 PG, just because I know Shredder's a good ADC. I think he will carry those games for them.
Okay. Matt.
Can we
think
like go
it's
at the same time?
all right. Watch it be different.
Oh,
Alright.
I don't know if you actually have the different one than me.
All right.
You can go
I'm
first,
going 2-0 PG.
though. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, the same thing as me.
OHZ has one win condition, and it is Good Hit. And he also doesn't play carries. Well, at least. Like, I'm looking at his OP.GG right
What do you
now.
mean? He plays Garen with Good Night.
That's not a carry. It's not a carry.
It's a carry. It's a carry for Good Hit.
He played
well,
Aatrox.
we've
Garen
played
is
it.
no skill
We've
champion.
we've played against this
I didn't
Garen,
say it
sure.
didn't. If it took skill,
Okay.
I just said he plays it.
Oh
with a guy.
no! Can I
He's
change my
one lane.
prediction?
He won
Shredder
lane.
just said in chat that he's gonna be at a concert tomorrow. That's not good.
Wait, so who's playing Shredder? Do you guys have? Wait, who's your sub? You don't have a sub.
Thanks.
Yikes! Can I change my? If I
Oh,
change
not
my
sure
prediction?
yet. I mean, if you want to, we don't know what his sub is though. So
all right, 2-1
need to
PG.
find a sub.
Okay, so now here I'm gonna give my very much holding a grudge answer.
You say
to this
2-1.
I said 2-1, and yeah.
Okay.
So I'll give.
I'm
it-
still gonna go PG.
Yeah, I'm still going PG. For the one, I'm gonna give my explanation real quick. Good
No,
Hit can
wait,
only
are you
play like non-carries. I don't care about Garen. He does. It's very cheesy, and it wins the lane. He might get some kills, but he cannot win a game. Like, we easily were able to kite him out, and his rest of his team is just no threat. I give him one win because I guess he'll pop off one game and carry one of the games, but he won't carry the series.
Like, you go red side against that team, get your top lane counter pick, and you win the game.
Yeah, it's simple. That's what we did.
But
Except
here,
the
let me-
one time where they held a grudge and then made us.
Okay,
lose
yeah,
the
no,
game.
This is my time. So
Let it all out.
our only group stage game, group stage game we dropped was to OHC.
We dropped
Because
2, we're in 2.
no, we
Right.
only dropped one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we dropped one to OHC because our support was 7 minutes late.
He
and they
fell
took the
asleep,
first-
by the way.
Yeah, he fell asleep, and so they took the first game off us, which I guess is rules, but like
For the
Couldn't
wait,
just be a-
7 minutes? They don't take
Yeah,
the first
here's-
game after
No,
7 minutes.
no. Here's what happened. We were in lobby, so the game supposed to start at 8, right? It was 8:17 because we'd been in the lobby for too long. It disbanded. Tade showed up, but the lobby didn't get remade till 8:21. So even though Tade was there in our Discord and we told them that, hey, he's here, But because the lobby was made after 820, OAG was like, you guys aren't an LCS order at 820. You dropped the first game. And then there was literally no arguing with them. So screw them for that. And I hope they get dropped in the first round.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
my answer.
Spicy.
Yeah, good
But
hit
tell
is
your
there
players
again.
to set alarms.
We have.
Yeah,
He
have
ranked that, so it's not a problem anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't worry, we have.
we have a new support now. So that was also that game that we also did this last game. So the
Well,
next
because
game
everyone
after
was
that.
tilted because we had
Yeah.
a sub 2 and they made us lose a ban too, which I guess is the rules. It's fine.
Yes, it is the rules.
Yeah, rules schmools, okay?
I
Gentlemen's
wasn't
agreement.
upset about the ban. I was more upset about like the dropping the game because the lobby had disbanded. That was the part I was
Yeah,
upset
that was annoying because like that wasn't our fault. The lobby just disbanded because it was there for 30 minutes.
You guys got in lobby early, jeez.
Yeah, we were ready
Yeah.
to go.
Well, we were in at like 8:51 and
Well, you mean
our support
751?
just didn't- 7:51 was right, yeah. And our support just didn't show up, so it sucked.
Yeah.
We almost had an E-sub too. My friend, but we didn't
Yeah.
end up using him because
Anyways, your
Nice.
prediction focus?
I was gonna go 2-0 PG. The only person I know in OHC is Good Hit. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go 2-1. For Good Hit, one game. But yeah, I only
their
know
bot lane.
Good Hit on
is-
that team.
Oof, it's a big stink in that bot lane.
So,
I walked up with Draven and auto attacked him under tower to kill him.
but doesn't every Draven do that? Isn't that what Draven does?
Yeah, that's what TT did to y'all and like the even trying to qualify for ALI. Let's
That
not
was
even
the
talk about
Rambus
it.
support. Okay, we don't need to talk about that.
Okay, well, I don't want to make Priya wait too long, so we can talk for a few minutes about like
Okay.
of these teams, like who's overhyped, and then who we think will make it to finals.
Are we
Out of all of them,
are we out of all of them? Can we talk about some of the other teams?
Sure. I mean, are there overhyped teams? And I feel like the overhyped, like the top overhyped teams. I'm thinking like top teams, like these buys
I
that
have a
that are
I
like
have
overhyped.
a spicy pick. I have a spicy pick.
Okay.
All right. I think TT's a little overhyped.
Okay. So you don't think they'll make it to
Like-
finals?
okay.
I don't
so,
think they definitely won't make it to finals because at best they're playing us in semis.
Okay.
But I could see Pulsefire beating Tortuga as a second round because there are rumors of Tortuga switching their mid and ADC, and
Yeah, that's a little odd. I think
it's definitely odd. But
Poop is a pretty good ADC.
Poop is
he is-
okay.
he's a very good ADC in lane at least.
Yeah. Okay. So
I had a full breakdown, but it would go too long, so I'm not even gonna. Go on.
to give context, we got 2-1 by OHG to qualify for Ali, and
Alright.
ended up getting off a coin flip, and then 3-0'd them in semifinals.
So the reason I chose them to lose is because if they keep with their original roster with Poop and Poop My Pants and ADC and Gray Anatomy and mid, Gray has such a small useful champ pool. He can only play safe utility mages. He doesn't CS very well. So what y'all have to do is you ban Lissandra, and what was the other one we banned? Oh, Zillion.
We banned Lissandra and Zillion.
And then he's useless. And then Poop is only good in lane. So if he's against a bot lane that's significantly worse than him, he'll smash game. Smash lane, win game.
But
if he's against
a
a
bot lane that has also, their top lane can only play tanks, and
yeah, they're super easy to draft around.
they're very predictable. Raleigh is also not very hard to lane against. Quite easy to lane against. Poop is kind of 1v2ing that lane. Like, I gave him a lot of credit beforehand for being good in lane, but then I just noticed that he's playing Draven, and it's really hard to not be good in lane. And I mean,
I mean,
think
Draven's a mechanical
His Ezreal's
champ.
really good too. His Ezreal's really
Draven's a
good.
mechanical champ. It's not like you can just like auto win.
Oh yeah, but
playing
I'm saying
Draven.
like, yeah, I'm just saying like, well, he's the easiest champion to do well in lane on. It's not like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, he's a good strong lane.
He's
He gets
yeah.
one kill, he's like
Yeah.
snowball.
Yeah.
But I will say this: I think TT, if they can pull off the role swap effectively, like if Poop can translate his really good laning skills to mid lane, and then putting Gray on a safe AD carry like Sivir or Jinx, I think they're a much stronger team doing that.
Yeah,
if it goes
Fed
well.
mid is a lot scarier than a Fed ADC.
Yeah, exactly. And then anyone can play Sivir. Like I don't play ADC, but I can play Sivir at probably a gold level.
anyone can play Sivir as an ADC player. I confirm this statement.
Yeah. So I think if it's their original roster as it was when they played at Alley, I think they definitely won't make it past semis, and they probably may not even make it past groups, depending on the quality of bot lanes they quarters. If depending on the quality of bot lane they play against.
They're a really good team for smashing bad teams and a really
Oh, yeah.
bad team for doing well against good teams.
Yeah, they're just very predictable. Like they're gonna play a tank top, an AD bruiser mid jungle, mage utility, a utility mage mid lane, and then a bot lane that smashes. Like that's their team comp every game.
Team Liquid, baby.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much like you can pick blue side and effectively get 2 counter picks because you
Yeah,
know that they're top. Like we banned out Zilly and Lissandra, and then either Ari or Nico in the second phase.
Yeah,
So
always
that
ban out
means-
Draven too. Don't let him get Draven.
Yeah. So that means if we know, like you literally know which champion Gray is going to go. Like we knew exactly what champion, so we can just counter pick it, and we know it's going to be the champion, and we're always right. And then you just pick something that's good into tank's top, and then you get both counter picks.
Like you can pick a
on blue
scaling
side.
mid and not be punished for it. Like we picked Vladimir and he hits like almost like perfect CS through 15
And
minutes.
also solo killed him once or twice.
Yeah.
Well,
So
BLT and Unbound, are there any teams
yeah, we
that
had our
get-
little rant.
Cause like
I'm
we
gonna
don't.
come out and say Squidward's house
I kind of agree with you there, but
will not make it to finals.
Okay.
I
I mean,
agree with
yeah,
you,
I feel like I don't really know Skipper's house that much. I feel like
I
I
Oh,
actually
let's
don't.
see.
Squidward.
Squidward's house will lose to C10 in quarters.
Oh
Okay.
wow. I have them
Yeah.
losing I have Squidward's house losing to Team 21 in semis.
I have Squidward's house losing to us in finals.
Oh, okay. See,
Well, I don't
you're-
even remember
you're
my bracket, so
hyping
this is
them.
probably some bullshit.
Yeah, I just
I
feel
have-
like the teams that they definitely have, in my opinion, the much weaker side of the bracket. Number one, they're avoiding.
Oh, I
us
think
and TT.
the yeah, I
which are
think the
definitely-
I think Silver Smurfers are a bit underrated, honestly.
Silver Smurfers will
Not
not
gonna lie.
win, and they will not make it to finals.
I'm
No.
not gonna lie. I literally
Are
didn't
they
even
losing in
notice
the
they were on
second
my
round?
bracket.
They will probably lose second round.
I
I
have-
definitely won't pass
Damn, okay.
semis because
Yeah.
Hebrew is cursed and will never win Rampage.
Oh no.
I don't know who Hebrew is, but
Hebrew.
I think Team
Hebrew's
21.
not. Hebrew's not watching.
I think Team
This is,
21
last week though.
Silver Surfer.
It is
Silver
his
Surfer.
last season. Maybe he'll get to semis, or get
I think
past.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I definitely
mean,
think the winner of the
technically-
tournament comes from the bottom side of the bracket.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
that semifinal match is very key to see who wins.
I feel more of the top part of the bracket is more overhyped than the bottom side. I feel the bottom side is a lot more competitive.
Uh,
I can agree with that.
I'm just a little bit scared, only due to the fact that I'm actually not going to be in our game next Friday.
Easy
Unbound will
win.
be.
We got Unbound.
I-
Easy clap.
And
Easy clap.
we're also playing with a relatively new support. We're gonna have some
Playing some scrims, they're fine.
yeah, we're playing some scrims.
The most important
So-
thing is I'm there to draft, so like support Ramos doesn't happen again, so we're fine.
Oh, God.
Interesting.
Oh no.
The
Yeah.
crazy shit that happens when you're not there to draft.
Solo queue flashbacks.
We just do a 3v2 bot lane and I play Rammus.
I
Ramus
hate
is low key
Rammus,
best
by the
right
way.
now. If hey, any junglers out there that want free LP, go play Ramus.
That champion.
All right. Well, the
something else.
pre-made people have filtered into the general channel. So
Okay.
I'm gonna, since we kind of want to you guys mentioned some people that might get to finals, so I'm gonna.
Do you just want to yell at our winners right now?
Yeah,
Or
yell
no?
at your winners. Who do you think? We'll just BLT. Just go from there. I'm
Oh,
honestly.
YCG wins.
Okay.
No, I'm not biased at all.
Well, you guys are gonna say IRT.
IRD win. Okay,
Exactly.
but not because it's unbiased. We were the best risen team at Alley, so that's one reason I'm picking us.
Okay, my team that wins that is not IRD is going to be shit. I'll go with Tortugas.
My
Just
dark,
'cause.
my dark horse is Ma. That's my dark
Oh.
horse. The dark horse of the tournament.
I could see
Uh,
it. I could see it.
I could if they patch
Or-
up their
or
mid lane
Hebrew.
issues.
He
Yeah,
breaks
throat
his
or
curse.
Hebrew. Yeah, but
I
Throat and
think
Aurelia might be
Silver
able to
Smurfs could be a good dark horse.
Yeah, I feel like Ma or Silver Smurfers.
I
It's
think
gonna-
I'm hungrier for a second championship than the rest of these people are for their first.
I mean, come on, man, you're not making it past quarters.
Oh, please.
Oh.
It's your time.
That
No,
game's
actually-
gonna be free.
All right. Well, thanks
well,
for
hopefully
joining.
we'll watch it on this stream tomorrow.
True.
Yeah, you gotta make
Well,
it
we'll
2
know
quarters
tomorrow.
first there, bud.
All right. Well, thanks
That's
for
easy.
joining, guys. And thanks to everyone for watching. I'll be back in like 5 minutes
Yep.
with Rampage pre-made. So thanks, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.